So as your fellow board member at Bike New York, Ken, I have to tell you that for me, the number one policy initiative, which we're already doing, is having bike PE, bike physical education programming in the public schools. Because imagine what New York City would be like. We've got our bike share program, we've got our bike network. Imagine if every kid who went through the New York City school system, at least most of them, learned how to ride in school. What are the challenges to expanding the program, and what's the status now?
It's the most challenging program. I've been at Bike New York for 15 years, and we've been trying to do that even before I started at Bike New York. And about maybe 7 years ago, the chancellor approved it, and we had a pilot program in Staten Island. It was so successful that it went to 5 boroughs. So it's amazing, but we would want the chancellor and the city of New York to really mandate that all schools have it. Every child in New York City has the right to learn how to ride if they want to. If they don't want to, they should say, no, I don't want to, but they should have the right to do it. It's a rite of passage. It is just the best way of exercise. I always say, if you're not a good athlete, chances are you're not getting exercise in New York City. If you're not on the baseball team, basketball team, soccer team, there's so few opportunities in New York City. There's just not enough space. If you teach a child how to ride safely, and give them a bike, which we do, the whole city becomes their playground, and they can ride everywhere and be more connected to this great city.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid in high school, I was going to high school on the Upper West Side. I had a girlfriend who lived way out in Queens. It was 3 trains and a bus in order to get to her house, and I was riding then too, but I would have been afraid to go from Manhattan out into Queens. And we didn't have the bike infrastructure, the bike paths that we have now, but just imagine how kids being able to bike anywhere, and with the bike share program, right, how it can connect them to other parts of the city, right?
You need it all. You need a network of protected bike lanes, so you need the infrastructure, but you also need to teach people education, the skills, the handling skills, the rules of the road, how to feel comfortable and safe on bicycles. Because for so many people, it's just the lack of confidence. And if you're fearful, you're not going to be a good rider. So we try to alleviate the fear and try to get people to be confident, safe riders.
Wow. I mean, it'll surely take another 10 or more years in order to bring it to the entire public school program, but I think in the end we'll succeed. It's such a great program. I haven't heard anyone explain why we shouldn't be doing that.
Well, we're not giving up. We're fighting the fight. We're actually doing a lot on the national level and trying to work with the League of American Bicyclists to get other cities to do what we're doing, because not many cities do this.
I'm sure.
I think Washington, D.C. is the only other city that has bike education in the schools, but it should be all over the country. So we're not just fighting for New York City, but the entire country.
Beautiful.